Hey, and welcome back to another music review here on the Brad Tragic channel. To see, it's a little different if you've seen my past videos. I used to do this in the past. I will say this with a kind of a disclaimer, is that there is a glitch on my computer. I've talked about this before. If you happen to see a flash on in the recording, you'll know why. So today we're going to review two bands that kind of got on my radar, and I do this on purpose. I like to find bands that are kind of like unsigned. I like to go to Noise Trade and find bands of people that people really just don't know, and I think it's cool to find new music. I'm a big fan of that. Um, I always love just listening to random bands out there in the world, and well, today I got two of them. Today we're going to be looking at Point Four and Scars of Grace. I'm hoping I'm not looking like a Japanese actor for a second there. I'll have to rewatch this video. Hopefully it's good enough to pass. Don't want to put out some stupid video. It makes me look like a Japanese actor. Anyway, we're going to look at both these bands. Point Four, let's start with Point Four. So there's not a lot of music, from what I know. I didn't really go to the SoundCloud one, but you can look up froze on the screen. This program is weird. That's why I'm not sure about using it much. Point Four it's kind of a newer band, I think. They've been around for I think a couple years, but I could be wrong. But they're from Kent, UK, is what I got from it. But on Twitter, like I don't know. It's got some mixed. I don't know what it's saying. It's something about England, I think, where they're from, or UK, or whatever. But Point Four is pretty good. Check them out. I believe it is at Point Four, as I have it on the screen. If not, type up Point Four as in the word FOUR, and it comes up as well. You'll know because they're from the UK. Is that really why? But they're kind of, I think they're trying to go for kind of like a metal sound, but they're more of like a rock band kind of thing. But they're pretty decent. I like to hear them before I say like, oh, they're horrible. But I do want to hear more. They got me to that point, so kudos to them. Kudos for doing a good job. I will say this. Both of their vocalists are kind of different. Oh God, I hope that don't come up. Screenomatic's not very good with with weird sounds, so it may not pick up my mic much anymore. Uh-oh, maybe dying. I don't know. Anyways, hopefully you're hearing this. The Point Four is okay. I would give them a chance, give them a listen. Where you find them at? Well, you can go to SoundCloud, but this is what I would do. I would search up Point Four on Twitter. You'll find them, and then you can go to their SoundCloud page, and they say you can download music and stuff. So pretty cool. The second band I'm going to talk about is called Scars of Grace. So this is kind of what I was just kind of looking for. They were actually a follower of Point Four, so as I spiderweb, and I talked about that before. Usually, somehow, I find a way to link a band to another band. I did. Point Four was actually, I think, following this band, so I went for it. So they're kind of a weird band. I'm not going to say they're bad, but I think they have a lot of work to do. But I think it's just how they work, which is kind of weird, because it seems like it was, I don't want to say badly produced. That sounds bad, because I know I couldn't do probably what mixers do in the studio, but it just seems like the audio was over the music. Like they recorded it like It's almost like if I recorded it on my computer. Like that's, I'm not trying to be in disrespect because the songs are really good. The songs are pretty decent. It wasn't super bad, but you can find them on Spotify. Type up Scars of Grace, and they'll come right up. They're on YouTube, Twitter under Scars of Grace as well. I believe they have scarsofgrace.com as well. So check them out, all those locations. And like I said, these bands are bands that, you know, you're not going to hear them on MTV. You're not going to hear them on Headbangers Ball. I don't even know if that's even on anymore. But anyway, you're not going to hear them on, you know, in the mainstream. These are bands that are local, somewhat just starting out. So I love to find these kind of bands, and I will be definitely going to Noise Trade more often to find more bands, and also sifting on Spotify. It's hard to find these kind of bands on Spotify, though. They're there. I just happen to look for them when I find them on either YouTube or other ones, other sites like Noise Trade and everything like that. As far as I go, I do want to point out there, I have a band, and you want promotion. About you, I know I don't have a big channel. I'm hoping I get a bigger following at some point. And I'm not going to be one of those guys that puts stuff on Fiverr and said, "Oh, I'll talk about your band and this." No. I'll do it for free, man. I love music, and you know, if you let me know your band, let me know where to check it out. Just don't send me to some weird website where I'm going to get a virus or something, because I'm not going to do it. It's either going to be on Spotify or it's going to be on YouTube. And yeah, I'm not going to go to some weird website. Like, don't send me to freaking whitehouse.com trying to look for your freaking website, because I know it's not going to be your band. If you're a cover band for that website, I'm sorry. Anyways, check out these two bands. I don't know, how the heck did I get 7 minutes out of this talking about two bands that are relatively unknown? I have no idea. But anyway, Point 4, Scars of Grace, check them out. Two great little hard rock bands. Scars of Grace, I didn't even talk about what they sound like. Scars of Grace is kind of like, to me at first, when I first heard Scars of Grace, I was thinking like, Bach. And then I kind of heard a hint of kind of like hair metal somewhat. Vocals were kind of like that. So I'm not sure what kind of sound they're going for. But like I said, some of the production quality is kind of weirding me out a little bit. I would love to hear them done better, possibly. Not just the music at all. The music was amazing. The vocals were good as well. It's just put them together. They weren't mixed very well, I guess. So, yeah, that's what I'll say. Good music, though. I love them. And the same with Point 4. Just, you know, the quality. And I'm sure that just has to do with money and things like that. And I understand. When you first start out, you ain't going to have a lot of money. Just like right now. I'm on YouTube. I don't have a lot of money right now, so the greatest quality of, you know, microphone and things like that, you know. But hopefully as time goes on, I'll put more focus into this and be able to do more with this in the future. So that's all I got to say about these two bands and everything pertaining to them. So leave your comments down below if you go check out these two bands. Let me know what you thought. If you're from these two bands, kudos to you. Keep on making great music, and maybe revisit you. I can't talk. Maybe I'll revisit you down the road, and I'll advertise you again. Let people check out your music again. If you put out some new albums or something like that, let me know. Do an update video or something like that. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and keep rocking.